Hey everyone, this is Big Mike, and this is going to be my spoiler talk for The Mandalorian Season 1. If you watched my previous video for the spoiler-free review of Mandalorian Season 1, I said I was going to do a video like this. And I just want to discuss like all the things that happened, in the first season, how much I enjoyed it, and just kind of, spill the beans, so to speak, on what I liked, what worked, what I'm looking forward to, for next season. So let's jump right into it. If you haven't seen all the memes or anything on the internet so far or by now, I'm pretty sure you've already been spoiled. The big reveal in episode 1 at the end, from the bounty that the Mandalorian was trying to collect, was a baby of the same race as Yoda and Yaddle. Those are the only two of the species that we've ever, known about in the Star Wars universe. George Lucas had meant it to be an unknown race from an unknown world. So we don't really know what race Baby Yoda is. That's what the internet has dubbed him so affectionately. But technically it's called the child at this point. There's no name at this point. But yeah, that was like the big reveal at the end of the first episode, where the Mandalorian got, this huge bounty from an ex-Imperial, officer saying, hey, we want this, bounty or asset, bring it to us. Didn't give him too much information. He finds it at the end. After killing the bounty droid, voiced by Taika Waititi, done so well, I might add. And, he was like, it was basically like a, hey, I feel for, it's a mutual thing, because we find out also in that episode through, just short flashbacks that the main character of Din Djarin was who was the Mandalorian, was a foundling. What they call foundlings is, basically like an orphan. So he was a foundling, he was found by Mandalorians, that's why he was raised that way. Then it goes on where he decides he's not going to, well, he takes the child back. At first. Takes the child back, he's like, okay, I'm gonna collect. Then of course his conscience gets the better of him, and he's like, I gotta get this kid. So he goes back, takes out all these Imperial, stormtroopers, and steals back the child. That was a great episode as well, I might add. I mean, the action, the cinematography, everything. I mean, even in the show, the show itself as a whole. Great action, great cinematography. As I mentioned in my last review, it's just a breath of fresh air for, Star Wars fans, that we have something that pretty much everybody can agree on that is just fantastic. Whether it be TV show, movie, whatever, it's just a fantastic, piece of entertainment that they're putting out for us on Disney Plus, Star Wars content. So, probably by far my favorite episode of this season was episode 6, where it was like a jailbreak type episode where the Mando actually goes back to, his old crew, and, they ask him to do a job with him because of course he needs money, because he's got this kid he's trying to take care of and stuff like that. So, he goes back, and oh man, like the characters in that show was great. I mean, it was just a lot of just like cameos in it. I believe the droid was played by, I don't remember the actor's real name, but Moss from the IT crowd. We had Clancy Brown, of course, as, one of the characters. Bill Murr, I believe his last name was. He was, one of the characters in the old crew. I mean, it was just a great episode. The way it played out, the suspense that, was all throughout the episode. I mean, that was pretty much, like I said, that was probably my favorite episode of the season. Even though the last episode, or the season finale, was also very good. Let's talk about the last episode. Let's talk about what happened. So the character, the Imperial officer comes, and he's after the Mandalorian. He wants the asset, and it's played by Giancarlo Esposito. And we by the end of the episode, the Mandalorian and crew, they get out, they escape with Baby Yoda, and the Mandalorian ends up getting his jetpack. Yes, he finally gets a jetpack. He crashes the TIE fighter that the Imperial officer was flying, but you find out the Imperial officer wasn't dead. And he cuts himself out of the TIE fighter. With what? The dark saber. I was floored at that point. I'm like, oh my God, this guy has a dark saber. Last time we saw the dark saber was on Clone Wars. I can't remember the name of the character that actually had the dark saber, you know, the last time, but Darth Maul actually, I think, took it from him. So, I mean, I hope we find out actually exactly how the Imperial officer got a hold of the dark saber, which makes total sense. I mean, the dark saber was created by the first and only Mandalorian Jedi, which is, like, you know, really cool. He was a Mandalorian and a Jedi, and that's where the dark saber comes from. They're highly rare. I believe it's only the one or two that were ever made, maybe two. But the only one I think that's still canon is the one that we currently see. And so I can't wait to see how this plays out. I don't know what that means for the Mandalorian. I don't know what it means for season 2. Jon Favreau has also hinted towards fall release. Well, not hinted towards, he actually posted on Twitter there's going to be a fall release for season 2 of The Mandalorian, which I can't wait for. I mean, it's about a year away, but I mean, at least it's not like 2 or 3 years we gotta wait. I mean, they're already filming it now. Hopefully we'll get some like teaser soon, maybe, you know, a trailer or whatever. I just want more. I'll probably end up rewatching the season as well. I mean, the episodes aren't that long. You know, it's actually just, it's really good as well. I just can't wait, you know, for season 2 at this point. Season 1 was so great. I want more content. This just makes me very excited for like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Hopefully we'll hear more about more Star Wars shows to come. Maybe Jon Favreau can be like, you know, in charge of the Star Wars shows, and maybe he can get, you know, all that stuff back on track. Because I mean, a lot of people are more interested now in the Mandalorian show than they were in, you know, to the newest trilogy franchise. Even when the Rise of Skywalker was coming out, people were like, okay, I'm more ready to see, you know, the Mandalorian and Rise of Skywalker. So I really hope, you know, soon we get, you know, more content from Star Wars on Disney Plus. I can't wait. Just let me know what you guys thought. Just drop your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications for all my latest content. And once again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.